Yarny.
Hey guys, let us know in the comments below what you think on the lighting of this video. Tina says it's a little too dark and I like it. So let us know.
Okay, so welcome back to Yarny. John and I wanted to chat about pricing amigurumis because we thought it's a pretty important topic for anyone wanting to sell their crochet work. So in this video, we're going to try and make it just a little bit more easier for you.
Yeah, perfect. So making amigurumis for sale is super fun and it's something you can do in your free time. Now that could be watching TV, in bed, or pretty much you could take it anywhere and work on it. So if you're familiar with crochet and making the project is not hard for you, then why do so many crocheters fail or struggle at pricing? There's actually a couple of reasons. Now, when learning how to price amigurumi, beginners often make one big mistake, and that is underpricing their work. They think of their crochet as a hobby and not as a business. And it's amazing if you want to take up crochet as a hobby, and a lot of people do. But if you want to start treating it as a business and make a little cash, then you're going to need to know your supplies costs and time spent on your project. Those are two of the biggest inputs when it comes to pricing your crochet for selling. Now, most crocheters really struggle to track their time and especially putting a value on that time. So should their time be worth minimum wage? How about the going rate of an hourly doctor? Maybe neither. So you can't price like a hobby to have a business in crochet. We think you should price a few dollars above minimum wage so you can still make a profit on your time.
So those were all good points that John just made. Pricing amigurumis needs to be fair. You don't want to overprice items and be greedy, but you also don't want to cut yourself short and make no profit, because then really what's the point of selling? You definitely can't price amigurumi just on a whim. So make sure you have the following items to price amigurumi. So the first thing is a scale, because you want to weigh your skein of yarn before you start a project and also weigh it after you've completed your project. So this way you can determine how much yarn is used and then determine the cost of that yarn. So just multiply the portion of yarn used over the total cost of your skein of yarn. So then the second thing we want to mention is a good template, because you want something you can rely on to price every single item you make very easily. So the template should include the formula to arrive at the ending selling price of your amigurumi. This is something you create once, and then it's literally just plug the inputs and voila, you have the pricing within seconds. So now you may wonder what's the formula to use in the template. So actually it's very, very simple. So the first thing, yarn and materials. So very important. As we mentioned, yarn cost will be determined with your scale, and include any materials you use like felt to make eyes or just plastic safety eyes, and of course the fiber filled stuffing. Now the second thing, time involved. Make sure you track your time and charge a specific hourly rate. Now the third thing, shipping fee. This will obviously depend on the shipping destination, but you can also set a fixed fee for shipping depending on the size of your products and delivery ranges. So don't forget also about the shipping materials like the boxes or the bubble wraps to ship safely. Now, the fourth thing, selling fees. If you sell on Etsy, for example, the website will charge you a specific fee, so don't forget about that. And then the very most important thing, the profit margin. You can add a percentage of profit margin, which will give you an additional layer of profit in addition of your time. So for example, this could be 20% profit on top of the yarn, material, and time involved. So the total of all these 5 items will make your selling price that you can track in your template, basically.
Whew. What Christina mentioned is really the key to pricing amigurumis. And the goal is to start making your template. That'll tell you the cost of your items which you're making. Once you've determined the cost per unit of the goods that you're making, you can put a profit margin, as she mentioned, on top. And then compare those to similar items sold by crocheters near you or in the stores. You'll be able to play with this profit margin a bit and see the best profit margin needed to stay competitive. So this exercise will also help you determine what types of items are most profitable versus ones that are not so good and you shouldn't focus on. That way you can focus on the ones that make you the most money. Now, for a good idea of how much some crochet items cost and amigurumi costs, here's a generic pricing list I want to go over. Hats, they start around 30 and go up over 100. Washcloths start around 15, go up from there. Amigurumi dolls start at 25 and go way up from there. Purses start around 40, up over 100. And clothes around 50, going up over 100. Now, do some of those seem really high? They might if you're a beginner, but remember you're selling handcrafted goods. And there's a proposition for the time, effort, and quality that you're putting into each good. Now, while these are general ranges for crochet products, you still need to price so you can make a bit of profit. Now, grab a pricing template, fill it in with your costs, and then add a markup.
Yes, so totally agreeing with John. All good points he mentioned. Remember that you are selling handcrafted goods. Do not short sell yourself and don't just guess your cost, because that can become a dangerous game and make you lose money very, very easily. And with that, we will let you go back to crochet and making little amigurumis.
But before they do, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're getting close to 1,000.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.
See you.